What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. If you're entirely new to the channel, we are in the middle of restoring the underside of an Evo 9. As you'll see, so far we've got pretty much everything under the car shipped out. And we've got the gas tank done and restored and all that. And in the last couple of videos, we've got the inner fenders and the rear done and taken care of. I'll link all that up top. You guys can check it out if you want to get kind of caught up to where we are now. But we are now to the point to where we have to work on the frame and the actual body of the car. So I'm super excited about that. This part of the project has seemed like such a far off thing when we first started this thing, but it's here now. So I'm very excited to get under the car, start sanding, grinding, whatever you want to call it, and start getting it looking nice and fresh and prepared to prime and coat and all that and protect it for a long time. So yeah, no more talky. Let's get under the car, check it out, and start grinding. Alright, so I'm going to start getting this stuff off of here from the inner fender video. Now that it's all dry, I can take care of that and get it down and out of the way. And then we can move on to the underside. Start checking it out, see what we got. I'm just going to start, obviously just going to start back here in the very back and work my way to the front. There's not a lot back in this section, but there definitely is some spots that I want to get down to bare metal. So hopefully it doesn't spread like it did here. The more I sanded, the farther I went. So hopefully we can not do that whole underside of the car, because that would be just a lot. So yeah, let's get these off of here and get into the car. All right, so here are the pieces under the car that I was talking about. Like I said, there's not a lot on this part of the car, but I do want to sand all that I need to and sand as much as I can to take care of it and make sure it looks good to go before we spray it. So yeah, just got to get some things fixed, taken care of. There's quite a bit of rust on this side, and I got a feeling that up under this stuff there's going to be quite a bit, because it was like right up here. So yeah, let's get the tools and get ready to do what we got to do here. Alright, it's time to get under the car, start grinding. I like to think that I learned my lesson from the inner fenders, and I got this little suit here to kind of wear over my clothes to protect me. One, from just the sheer amount of dust and debris, and two, for the wire wheels. Whenever they begin to be just done, they start spraying pieces of the wire wheel everywhere. And so last time I did the inner fenders, I was getting peppered with those things. I'm still finding them in my hoodie. I'm like walking around, I'm like, I get poked with something, I'm like, piece of wire wheel. So this should help, hopefully. It's hotter than a sumbitch in here, but we're gonna give it a whirl. All right, got some tunes, gonna throw those in. Going to throw on my respirator and start grinding. For you guys, probably not very long. For me, hours, days, who knows. All right, so we're about an hour in, and honestly, so far the hardest part is holding my arms up that long with like a rotating, vibrating, moving machine that has a little bit of weight to it. After a while, it begins to kind of like vibrate down into your arms and kind of feels funny, so it's a little hard to hold, but we're getting there. A lot of it's coming off pretty easy right now, so we'll cross our fingers that it keeps going that way. There are a couple spots that I'm a little nervous about getting to, but it is what it is. Gotta take care of it, so yeah, keep grinding. Alright, we're a few hours in. I think we're making some pretty good progress. There's some spots that are a little more rough and rusty than I thought they were going to be. But yeah, other than that, it's going pretty good. Let me show you. Alright, so this spot right here is actually a little more rusty than I thought it was going to be. It's kind of rough. Let's see if I can show you back in here. It's pretty bad up in there a little bit, but it's all coming off. But there was some spots that was like starting to look pretty bad, so I'm glad we're getting to this now. But we've got this part down to bare metal in some places. Right here, we're working on this. The spare tire well actually has some deceiving spots. what looks like pieces of dirt ends up being some surface rust like under the primer. So this part right here was actually pretty bad too in some spots as far as surface rust is concerned. We are working our way down through here right now. It doesn't look like much, but man, I've been grinding for, like I said, a few hours now. We got this one on this side all the way down to bare metal, pretty much all the way back. But yeah, we're moving right along, doing what we can as fast as we can. This is not something that I think can be done quickly. It's going to take some time, so I'm not going to show you guys everything probably because it's going to be way too long, and I mean, it's the same thing over and over again for hours and hours, so for you it'd be pretty boring. So I'm going to try to jump in like this and show you from time to time what we're getting done. But yeah, back to more grinding. Alright y'all, had to have a little potty break, and I thought what better time to give an update than now. So let's get under the car, see what we got. Alright, so I'm not sure what, that's bright. Hang on, I'm gonna turn off these big lights and I'm gonna get my little handheld light because these are super bright. I'll leave one of them on, but yeah, we got the passenger side rail down to bare metal. I didn't want to do bare metal on a lot of this, but you know what, we are, so it is what it is. But we got this part all cleaned up, looking good on this side. The other side over here still needs some work, but we're working on this part here still. Again, that's one of the rougher parts that had a lot of rust on it. We got this beam on the driver's side all the way down to bare metal, working on the little crease right there. It's actually pretty hard to get to with the big grinder, and the little Dremel is having some issues sometimes cutting through this undercoating, but we're getting there. We got this little flat panel right here, kind of mowed down to bare metal also. Working on the ditches right there, and this piece on the panel on both sides was actually a part that I fixed a long time ago. I just kind of like sanded it off a little bit and coated it with some cheap primer and paint just to kind of cover it for the time being. But this was actually, this whole bottom piece here had rust on it. But we got that down the bare metal, all cleaned up. And then again, I think I said it earlier, but the spare tire well is surprisingly deceiving. We've got a lot of it down to bare metal because let's see if I can find a spot I haven't gotten to yet. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that little spot like that right there, it looks like kind of dirt, like a little small bit of surface rust, and then you knock it off and it's all the whole section there. I'm not sure why, but it's like under the primer and stuff. So having to like spread this whole piece and get this whole thing down to bare metal is taking some time as well. Let's see, what else have we gotten done here? Just now working on this panel right here. You can see where I use the cheap primer and paint right here. It's like the white and then the black. That was just a temporary fix, but now we're having to cut it down and knock off this rust and stuff here. So yeah, not sure how many hours we're on now, but I do know it's day 2 and we're still got a lot of work to do. So yeah, back to grinding. I'll try to check back in a little bit, but yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. Alright y'all, sorry for the construction noise if you can hear that outside, but we got this side done. This little panel I was talking about earlier down to bare metal. We did some more work on the spare tire well, of course. We got up in here done a little bit. There was some rusty spots in there. We did some more work on this beam here for the diff area. We got a lot of work done down through here on this side. This thing here, there was a hole here. There's not one on the other side. So I done the other side, and then when the wheel hit this, there was like some like chrome tape on that. I don't know what that hole's for, but we'll have to figure out how to plug that back up again. But we got a lot of work done over here on this side. We've been moving around. We did a lot of work on this little mount right here. It's very tedious in there, very hard to get to, just takes a lot of time. And so we started hitting some patches here where the gas tank area is, and we're working our way down this side and out to the front. So I decided I'm going to try to do one side at a time instead of jumping around doing both sides at the same time. It just makes more sense to me to do it this way. So I don't know why I was jumping around like that, but anyway, now we're going to try to get one side done. This part right here was a little bit nerve-wracking. Some of the little plug there, whenever the wheel hit it, it just blew right off. So I'm glad it's like welded in there pretty good, but there's a lot of rusty stuff there, but it's coming off pretty good and it's not so bad underneath. So happy about that. So just got to get that surface rust off of there. I'm glad I'm doing this project now because I feel like spots like this and this mount and stuff like that was, I mean, obviously just going to get worse with time and would eventually gotten to the point to where it would need a lot more work than I'm doing to it. So yeah, we are moving right along. I'm very happy with the progress over the last couple days, but man, this is this is a lot of work, and there's still a lot of work to do. So yeah. On that note, I think I'm going to end this one off here. We got 2 solid days of work in, and we're not even halfway yet. So I knew this was going to be a lot, but it's very deceiving on some of these spots where I thought there wasn't a lot there. Turns out that there is, and so I don't know if it's me, my OCD, or what, but I just want it off of there and not have to worry about it or think about it. I probably don't have to take all this off like I'm doing. I think the primer is supposed to like kind of conceal all that and take care of all that little small stuff, but in my head I'm just like, I'm already here, let's just do it. And so yeah, we're gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna try to take care of this some more over the weekend, and I'm sure we'll have some more in the next video to take care of. So yeah, thanks for watching. As always, I do appreciate it very much. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the process, the progress. If you guys have any comments, questions, anything like that, I'd be glad to help down there as much as I can. Chat, whatever. While you're down there doing all that stuff, don't forget to do all the other YouTube things. You guys know how it goes here. It helps the channel out a ton, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.